Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity to come today, and those of you that are on Facebook Live watching, we appreciate you joining us as well. As we are in this pandemic, we also are moving forward with some of our initiatives. As a school district here in Florence, School District 1, we feel that we're in a really good position. We've prepared for this, and our teachers are soaring in our classrooms. Our e-learning initiative is working out better than we could ever expect. And this allows us here in Florence School District 1 to begin to showcase to not only people in our state, but to our country about what kind of school district and the culture we have and how committed we are in making sure our students and our staff are not only compensated, but also getting the resources that need. So I just wanted to start off by thanking everyone in our school district for making this work for our community. We are shining throughout the state on where we are for our academics. We are a model for what will come when we do get back to a new normal in our school district, and we are really prepared. And that's what today's announcement is about. When I came here to Florence School District 1, one of the most important things we were talking about is, and one of our goals was how to retain and attract teachers, as well as trying to be one of the best school districts in the nation. And today's announcement is about putting those goals into place. The second part of it is about our community partnerships. And I think today our announcement with First Reliance Bank really shows and illustrates to our community and to communities across the state how important a school district is. And I think that's the message that they are sending and we're trying to send, is that a school district and its partners in their community, if they work together, how strong we can make an entire community. And I think that's ultimately the partnership that'll be showcased today. Joining me today is Rick Saunders, who will come up next to talk about the partnership. He is the president and CEO of First Reliance Bank. Also joining to my right is Mr. Porter Stewart. He's the chairman of the board of trustees here in Florence School District 1. And then Mr. Nate Marshall, who is also our human resource, I don't know, I was going to make up a special title for you, but we'll call you our human resource or chief personnel officer in our district, who also will say some comments about how important it is for attracting and retaining teachers. So at this time, I'm going to turn the podium over to Mr. Saunders to announce their partnership.
Thank you, Dr. O'Malley. I'd shake your hand, but we're not supposed to do that. And it's certainly nice to be here talking about fun things instead of economic issues and virus issues. So thank you for having us today. I'm also a newbie to Facebook Live, so this is a first for me. I've never done one of those, so I can't say that anymore after today. But you know, there are a handful of professions out there that have a direct influence on people, generational impacts. Some time back, we recognized that and thought it was important enough that we get involved in helping people who really made a difference, who sacrificed themselves in their careers to make real differences. And we established a program at First Reliance Bank called Hometown Heroes. And it's a product suite of banking services and things that basically offer specialized banking to people who give back to the community. The foundation of those, the foundational career paths of people who fit that group are our teachers. They're the ones that set the precedence for the next generation of fathers and mothers and city leaders and state leaders and national leaders. And it's often a career that's undervalued and not talked about often enough, in my opinion. So for some time, we have had a partnership with the school districts, and it's been a great partnership. But when Dr. O'Malley came in, we had lunch shortly after he got here, and he and I both felt like it was compelling for us to expand those relationships. And the school district has been a great partner, but an even better partner since you've been here, so thank you for that. Also, we believe at First Reliance Bank that home ownership is essential and it's necessary. It creates stability in the community. It certainly creates stability in the workforce, and it's also an amazing opportunity to attract people. So we pushed ourselves a little bit and said, what can we do that's different in terms of our partnership to help the school district retain their very best people and to recruit the very best talent for Florence. So today, I'd like to announce that we're offering $100,000 to the school district in affordable housing grants that would allow the school and our company to partner together to offer down payment assistance to people so that they can become homeowners, that maybe you can attract the kind of teachers you want and you can keep the ones you want to keep as well. So thank you. It's a great honor to be here, and we appreciate you letting us do this with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We're allowed to do that. So this is pretty exciting, this partnership of $100,000. I think it really shows and illustrates First Reliance Bank commitment to our school district and our community of Florence. And I think it's going to be a tremendous asset for us to retain and attract teachers across this state, especially now when people can take a look at us and say, hey, look what all that's going on and what they're doing for their employees, while other districts are just struggling to try to maintain academics where they are. So we're open for business. We're ready to bring the best to Florence, and we're very excited. We couldn't be happy enough about the amount of commitment that you've shared and the partnership that you've provided for this district. I appreciate it. Now I'd ask Mr. Porter Stewart, our chairman, to say a few remarks.
Thank you, Dr. O'Malley. And on behalf of the board, and we, the board, represent the public in this community, I'd also like to echo the superintendent's remarks and thank you and your team and the leadership of your institution at First Reliance Bank for the innovative thinking that you've brought to the table today and the commitment to this community. You know, in these times, we are reminded that we have to find community and redefine community and make a commitment to those aspects that actually draw us together and point us to those issues and those opportunities that are important and will enable us to come out of this crisis stronger. And so I think this sort of innovative thinking and this application here, this commitment to really the young people of this community and those that hopefully are being encouraged to seek a profession within teaching will act upon this and be encouraged by this partnership. On our side, understanding the commitment of our administration and our staff, as Dr. O'Malley mentioned, just the amazing efforts that are being undertaken by our employees during these times to work from home and to work e-learning and from a distance, and the applications that are being applied. We also commit on our part to be innovative as well. And so we look forward to breaking down the barriers, to seeking ways to better cooperate and communicate, and we'll come out of this stronger. And it will be because of the examples and the commitments by institutions such as those of First Reliance Bank. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Now I'll ask Mr. Nate Marshall, who is our Chief Personnel Officer, to come to the podium and just talk about what impact this has on our school district, because he's really in charge of attracting and retaining our employees.
Thank you. The teacher shortage across South Carolina is not new or new news. By having this partnership, it puts Florence One at a different edge to be able to provide that support to our educators that we're trying to seek coming to our district, but also to be able to retain. We have amazing teachers that are in the district, and of course we want them to stay. And by being homeowners, being able to put down roots, they're actually going to stay within the district and not move to other locations. So it's an amazing opportunity that we have in Florence One, and look forward to our continued partnership.
Great.
Before you, will you spell your name and give me your title?
So it's Nathaniel Marshall, Nathaniel Marshall, Chief Personnel Officer.
We're live, so if you spelled your name wrong, it'd be all over America as you go. Just some additional comments. This will provide 13 7,500 awards to our staff or potential staff in our district, and it'll really focus on maintaining our staff as well as trying to attract. And I think that's why it's important for us to do this now, is we want to send a message to anyone across this state or across the country to say that Florence One Schools is sort of the lighthouse district right now, and this is our time to shine about what's happening and what we're doing, and having community partners to help us in this endeavor and showcase how important a school district is to a community. I can't, it's priceless, although we'll put $100,000 on our priceless tag right now. And I am very, very thankful and appreciative for what you've done in the past for our district and what you're doing now. And we look forward to working with you and others in the future. So thank you again. I am going to check my phone now because we were on Facebook Live, and our information officer may have a few questions for anyone that's out there. So I'm going to just check my phone to see if the world has any questions. While I'm waiting to see if there are any questions, does anyone here that is joining us have any questions?
This is for you.
You want to step to that?
Sorry.
It may be for you, actually, but what is the process for teachers or potential teachers in the district to?
Absolutely not for me. I'll bring my team up that can answer the details.
So my name's David Boulware, Boulware. I'm a residential mortgage lending specialist for First Reliance Bank, and I guess the resident expert, if you will, with this particular program. So to answer your question, this is a 4-to-1 matching program. So with what's going on in the world with investing right now, I know of no investment that you can get a 400% return on your money. This is the easiest way to do it. So our $7,500 down payment assistance will be a 4-to-1 match. If you do the math on that, if you have a teacher, which I want to also specify, it's not just for teachers, this is educators. We need all sorts of employees within the district. They will all qualify for this based on income. So the 4-to-1 match, if you put up $1,875, we'll give you another $7,500 on top of that. We'll round off the first number at $2,000. That gives you $9,500 to use as a down payment, to use towards closing costs, prepaids, anything necessary in order for you to purchase the home that you would need at closing. Any other questions on that?
I would just say, don't go too far, David, against Facebook.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, we'll
How important is it to give teachers, good teachers, keep them and get them to come to this district?
Well, I think that's always been a tremendous difficulty for this state to keep them and attract them and bring them. When, I came from a district where I tell my staff that 41% of my staff made over $110,000. So when you're coming out of school, you're getting into the teaching profession, there are a lot of places that pay tremendous amount more. So we've got to sort of do things differently here to try to attract. And I think this partnership sort of looks at things. We've tried to do some things differently here, and it's not necessarily, if you talk to teachers, it's about money and salary, but there are a lot of quality of life issues. And I think this is a good example of quality of life issues that we're trying to bring, and shows our culture here. It shows our community's commitment to working and really trying to put us on the map of being a top quality school district. All right. So what we're going to do now is we can get one final picture. For that, if we can get anyone, did Porter have to leave? Okay. Why don't we step up in front here? Tom, you guys want to come in? Anyone want to come in? Doesn't mind violating any social distancing? You want to come on this side? You good?
You guys cheese a little longer. You got your job as a chick. Getting the First Reliance when you get that.
One nice bump.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.